So what does diversity mean to me? When we talk about diversity, we often think about skin color or sexual orientation, we think about gender, that kind of thing. And the message is, of course, that we are all equal, no one should be left out, which is easy for me to agree on. And I think also we can broaden this concept of diversity to include everybody. Because when you are young, it is so easy to feel alone and to think that you are the only one struggling with exactly these problems. And you are probably not alone at all. So that is my message, to sort of see that we are all different and we are all equal. We Should Have Been Lions is inspired by the youngest child of my friend, a young girl called Alexandra. And when I finished writing the story, I sent it to Alexandra and her mother, my friend. And I was a little bit nervous, but happily she liked the book, she liked the story. And what she said was that it felt very important for her that stories about people like her who is transgender now becomes part of the popular culture, so it can become more a normal thing for everybody and not very strange. We Should Have Been Lions came out in Norway 3 years ago, and from the very beginning I started to travel around at schools and talk about the issues that I write about here. Mostly gender identification and a little bit also about sexuality. So these are topics that are supposed to be taught in Norwegian schools. They are on the plan, sort of like that, but it varies quite much how much the children learn about it. And I always feel very welcome when I come to schools and talk about this topic, because many teachers don't know very much about it, and so it's good for them when someone comes from the outside. And the children are usually I think eager to learn. They are curious and sympathetic to Leona and her struggle. And then of course sometimes I meet some opposition, that some of the young students will say things like there can only be two genders and there's no way to change that. And then we have a discussion about it, which is interesting. So how did I come up with a lion as a symbol in this book? It all started with a name, Leona, which means lion. Leona is a young person who changes her gender and takes a new name, and she chooses to call herself Lion, but she does not appear like a lion. She's very shy and very quiet, and this contrast sort of intrigued me, and I started to think about what lions symbolize. They stand for strength, for bravery, courage, and this fight between being very scared and to sort of also show bravery is what this book is really about. So I saw that I could use the lion as a symbol for that.